Hey, what's up guys? Let's have a look at a vocal chain. This is the main vocal chain from my latest single. It's called WasiEver, Stream It Everywhere. I like to start on the master. There's a VSX in here because mixing. Next, you see the FGX2 mastering plugin from Slate. Obviously I use the Slate All Access Pass. But so if you're gonna do stuff, you know, all in the box like I am, kinda gotta make sure you have a lot of things right if you want it to actually sound good. So these are the things that I do. Like most of my projects, on the master fader here, you're going to find an overstayer plugin, and I'm using the preset running through tape. I dig that. It just sounds so good. So back up from there, and we find this wonderful plugin. This is Slate's model of the SSL bus compressor plugin. Everybody knows this plugin. It's so amazing what this does to your mixes. Then we're gonna back up some more. We'll go to what's in our mix rack on the master fader. So basically here, we just have the console emulator. We're using a Neve console for this project. And you see also, of course, there's the API EQ model in there. It's not on. I use that oftentimes, similar to how I use the overstayer. The vocal channel itself. So on the channel itself, we've got a gate, of course, and then we're gonna run it through a trimmer. I like to make sure my levels are all kind of exactly what they need to be. It's a very important thing if you're working in the box to make sure that your signal level is proper. Most of these plugins are going to expect a certain amount of signal. It needs to be in the right range for the plugin to work properly. And if the plugin's not working properly, you're not properly emulating the things that you don't have in your studio. Next, we choose our mic. On this one, we're using the 800M model. It's a little less bright than your typical 800 model. So next on, of course, we go through a preamp. I think that might be like the preamp, but through a preamp to the console modeling. This console that we're modeling here, this is the Neve console. After that, we've got a de-esser. I like the Slate de-esser. It's pretty transparent. From there, we're going to go to the Neve EQ, and I love the Neve EQ because it just does, again, this magic thing in the mid-range. So it helps me, you know, get my vocal track, and a lot of times guitar tracks, synth tracks, piano tracks. If I'm having something that's like muddied in the mix, those Neve EQs, for some reason, like just, they bring it out. It's so beautifully. And then we're on to the LA2A kind of model, FG2A compressor. It sounds fantastic. So there's finally a de-esser at the end of that, a different de-esser too. It's just a little, just take a little bit of that sheen kind of out of out of all the things that it's supposed to do. And that is the full vocal chain for the main vocal for WasiEver. Check it out on all the platforms. I hope that was interesting or useful to you. If it wasn't, just let me know.